The harsh reality of life is that we're going to feel rejected. We're going to feel defeated. We're going to have our heart broken. And most of the time, it's going to be by people who are closest to us. We have to find a way to be emotionally aligned enough that we can not only move forward and achieve our greatest goals, our dreams, and our desires, but to also do it in a way that doesn't make us bitter and small and toxic and defeated. We really have to make sure that we do not turn into the people that we're trying to get away from. The magic trick in my own life turned out to be my connection to my inner voice, my inner being, intuition, universe, God. And that, in a nutshell, is my story of transformation, my journey of transformation. It started when I was a teenager, and I, for the first time in my life, experienced outright rejection, hatred, being shunned, being ostracized, being ghosted at the hands of the people who at the time were closest to me and claimed to be caregivers for me and my family. My mom, my brother, and myself, like, we were under their care. So these people, they are my mom's side of the family, and they proclaimed to care for us and guide us as we were new immigrants into this country. Their treatment of me was abhorrent. Even when their attacks on me deepened and the emotional abuse got more and more discriminatory, I was very determined that I was going to turn nothing like these people. Thankfully for me, something that I'm eternally grateful for is that the door that opened for me was the door of spirituality. It literally came into my life in the form of The Secret. And that really set me on this path of reclaiming my intuition, which had been active in my life since I was 7 years old. And also to then step into the world of creation, where I started learning how to tap into your own inner power so you can create the world that you want, rather than being stuck in a world of projections and limitations and constraints that's created by the world outside of you. And I can honestly say, I can proudly say that this process that I've gone through is the reason that today I can call myself a lotus that grew above the swamp and not the pebble that drowned in it. My connection to my inner self rescued me from turning into those people, from turning into the worst version of myself, and allowed me to turn into my highest version of myself, where I now feel empowered, positive, strong, and fulfilled. So over the last 15 years, as I was learning these techniques and I devoured every spiritual teaching that I could lay my hand on, I started realizing that this was a worldwide problem. There are people who were feeling that their own identity had been hijacked in order to serve the egoistic demands of other people. So now, as a writer and as a speaker, I intend to share my own personal path of how, when faced with individual challenging circumstances, I went to the world of spirituality to law of attraction, manifestation, to, present moment awareness, and all of those techniques, and applied them into my everyday life so that I can constantly keep rising and keep becoming my highest version, a version that felt strong and powerful and empowered and connected and aligned, and not that toxic version of myself that felt that the only way to survive in the world was to kill or be killed.